I'm Joachim Duplessis. Welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. The debate over the use of the death penalty in St. Lucia has reignited. Human rights advocates continue to call for the death penalty to be taken off St. Lucia's law books, despite more than 30 years elapsing since the last person was executed in St. Lucia. So we ask, do you support the removal of the death penalty for our law books? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
I don't think so at all. It has been on our books. I think it should remain there. And for the past 30 years, we have not hung anybody. We have not killed anybody by the gallows. I think this actually is a deterrent to allow it to remain on the law books, because too many cruel people, vagrants, difficult people are destroying the lives of others, and they feel that they can go free. And the law should be very stringent on that, to keep it on the law books and making sure that the government takes control over the situation. I think it should remain there.
Well, so la mwen si nou ni death penalty le liv nou, mande nou ni sa because ki dene ko moun mort pa pitié ni pa ni tout l'année moun depuis moun le dernier pendant moun so ça le livre là nous si vous servi nous pas si vous aboli il le livre là servi mais en juste nom là l'année assez nom qui la ramène là amende là.
No, I think that it should be enforced a little more. I think people have no value for life, and they take others for granted too often. And I think if we were to implement the death penalty, people will think twice maybe about taking another life. I think it's a means to put in peace in the place.
I think they should, most definitely, because first off, not because someone takes someone's life, then you have to make them pay for that the exact same way in return. Nah, you can do something different. You can lock them away forever if you want. You can just banish them, do something with them, but yet still you do have to bring that death penalty back, and I think that it should be that hanging. Nah, it shouldn't be.
What do you think of the high level of crime in the country?
Well, the high level of crime, well, that is something else, and many people think differently. Not everybody have the same mentality towards everything, or, well, the simple things out there. A lot of people get better opportunities than others by the government and by other people in high positions, and a lot of these things, yeah, will have a lot of crime to be happening in the place. A lot of the people out there doing crimes do not have CXCs. They're not educated. A lot of them, yes, there are some that are educated and still doing it, but yet still we can make a difference. So today the government make that difference with the people.
No, not at all. I think they should resume it as soon as possible, man. Too many crimes in the country.
I do not believe in capital punishment. I do not believe an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I believe in rehabilitation first and foremost. But there are people, history has proven, that are beyond rehabilitation. We must find a way to deal with that, because by participating in capital punishment, what we are in effect doing is perpetuating violence and perpetuating killing. I don't believe in that. I think we need to find a way. We need to find a way to deal with it, whether it is through life imprisonment, whether it is whatever the choices are. But we have to find a way beyond capital punishment. I don't believe in violence. That's just not the way.
Yeah, there are over 100 countries that have abolished it, and St. Lucia is one of 50 countries that still have it on the books.
I think us having it on the books I know we say that we are independent, but we aren't. As long as we depend on other nations for assistance, we aren't independent, and because of that we have to be very careful the laws that we keep on our books. And if we're going to keep it on our books, we need to enact it, we need to enforce it. So it's pointless having the laws on our books and we're not enforcing it. So if our closest allies, the nations that give us the most assistance, have abolished it on their books and they're looking towards us to abolish it, I think we need to move in that direction, and we need to figure out what next. What is the alternative? Because when you take away something, you have to put something in its place.
Yes, I believe so. I believe it should be taken off the books, because it's over 2 decades now they have not executed anybody in St. Lucia. And most of the criminals, they actually use that as an excuse, because you'll hear somebody say, you know, they will do something with you and they'll just go and spend some time at border lane. So I think they take it for granted. So I believe, yeah, they should just scrap it off the books once and for all.
No, I am saying definitely no. People tend to think it is okay to do that. to kill somebody and they come out scotch-free. But for me, I'm saying they should keep it up. Keep the death penalty on our list. Because people think they can say, I can chop you, I can kill you, go to Bodile, spend a few years, and come back. I find they should keep it.
I really don't know if it should be abolished because there has not been any hanging in the last 30 years, and a lot of countries have abolished hanging. So I think we should follow suit and abolish hanging, because over 100 and something countries at the UN have abolished hanging. So why should we be the odd man out?
It's over 30 years they have not hung anybody in St. Lucia. So I don't see why now they will want to hang people. I don't see that death penalty doesn't make sense to me. I don't support that.
I believe it should be abolished because according to the history books, it has not been used in over 30 years. So I don't see the point of it still being on our law books. But when you look at the crime rate, it's something that would probably deter people from doing serious crimes like murder and such.
I don't think so, Desmond. It cannot control crime, but it will deter the wannabe criminals. Just on the streets, you know what fellas saying? I'm going to do that and I'm going to bodily. Or in my mother's tongue, bodily befla. So if they put the death penalty and they know that death is coming, they will definitely have a decrease in criminal activities on this island.
Thanks for those responses. Now to our new discussion. The acting police commissioner, Vern Gard, in a statement to reporters last week, said that there will be inquests to resolve some of the police-involved deaths during Operation Restore Confidence, ORC. Human rights advocate Mary Francis criticized the decision as a delay strategy. She argued that the Director of Public Prosecution had stated that there was sufficient evidence to proceed to trial in some of the outstanding ORC matters. Others say that it's time to move on and focus on addressing the current crime rate. So we ask, do you support the idea of holding inquests to settle outstanding police-involved homicides during Operation Restore Confidence? Voting is easy. Just log on to htsstlucia.org and vote. Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.